Hello everyone, today's focus is on building cross-cultural teams with the support of virtual reality. Do they work? The team taking you through this journey are Supita, Ashif, Abdi and myself Nishant. Now what you're looking at is our journey for today. If you notice, there are 4 points shown on your screen. Global teams that work, team level cultural intelligence development and team performance, cross-culture and conflict management, and global virtual teams. Are they a necessary evil or a strategic tool? So these are 4 articles that we are going to be focusing on, and now we will move on to our first article.
My name is Abdi and I'll be talking about the first article, which is a global team that work. This article focuses on a split framework to mitigate social distance. The split framework is structure, process, language, identity, and technology. The structure of team can affect its members' perception of power. Process entails creating a collaboration work environment that fosters empathy. Effective communication skills are critical in global teams where language often varies. Behavior identity can be an issue or perception when multiple cultures are involved. All members can teach and learn, leading to a better understanding. Team leaders and members must consider how best to use technology to delegate tasks and communicate. Effective leadership means recognizing the diversity that is now commonplace in the global workforce, creating an environment that identifies and addresses the challenges that may arise will lead to a better work environment for everyone.
So Article 2 is Team Level Cultural Intelligence Development and Team Performance, which is by Ishkakova and Ott 2019. So the article focuses on investigating how working in a culturally diverse teams influences team-level cultural intelligence development and how team-level cultural intelligence influences performance. So as mentioned earlier, that work teams are composed of members from various cultural backgrounds because of increasing global reach and cultural diversity of organizations. Therefore, it is important for individuals to have the ability to interact with others despite of cultural differences. So what exactly is cultural intelligence? It is a set of knowledge, skills, and abilities that assist in adapting to new and unfamiliar cultural environments and when interacting in culturally diverse situations. So here are the benefits that implementing cultural intelligence in the organization. It positively influences intercultural outcomes, positively influences intercultural effectiveness, as well as cooperation and collaboration, and most importantly, it is important skills for a set of leaders. So the 4 dimensions of cultural intelligence comprises of cognitive, metacognitive, behavioral, and motivational. So now let's look into each of these factors. Cognitive dimension involves having knowledge about the culture in general and culture-specific knowledge. Metacognitive is basically using the knowledge that you already gained or using known knowledge or information to prepare to be aware in order to interact effectively. Behavioral involves understanding appropriate verbal and non-verbal actions when interacting in cross-cultural situations. And lastly, motivational involves factors that drive a person to interact and reflect the value that they place on intercultural interactions. So now let's link back how cultural intelligence improves performance. Studies have found that there is a relationship between cultural intelligence and performance. They conclude that cultural intelligence actually improves through cross-cultural training, and that improved cultural intelligence is directly influential on task performance. So to conclude, through these 4 dimensions of the CQ will allow individuals to interact, have appropriate knowledge, process abilities, and behavior with culturally different others.
Hi, my name is Ashif. I'll be going to the 3rd article, which talks about cross-cultural conflict management. As we have been discussing, with cross-cultural workplaces, individuals from different ethnic and racial backgrounds will be working together. So this would create a new environment where misunderstandings and conflicts may arise. Therefore, traditional methods of compromising and forcing people to solve their problems and work together would not work. This requires corporations to change their management style in order to achieve productivity and enhance their performance. The article lays out several strategies for managers to use to navigate through conflicts, starting off being dominant and maintaining dominance. This is to use power and pressure whenever required, such as a conflict that is too minor to warrant time-consuming involvement by the manager. Moving on to smooth, which is to accept the views of the employees and their opinions. And bargaining would be to offer something in exchange. Coexist would be determining a jointly decision to follow separate paths for an agreed amount of time. Decide by rule would be jointly agreeing to use rules such as voting. Collaborate would be to allow for joint exploration to develop a creative solution. This would be in a situation where projects have a longer time constraint. Release would be to take breaks whenever required after a heated exchange with employees or among employees. And yield, which is to put away the ego whenever a manager goes in to talk about the conflicts. The manager can use these strategies constructively whenever required, which is to use 2 or 3 strategies together. There's a process which is laid out for managers to use whenever conflicts arises, which is starting off with diagnosis to monitor where differences simmer among employees. Planning, which is to develop a proper strategy and action plans for those situations. Implementation would be carrying out that plan. Follow-up would be monitoring and catching up with employees to verify if those conflicts have settled. Now I'll be passing on to Nishant, who will be with the last article.
So, global virtual teams, are they a necessary evil or a strategic tool? GVTs have very quickly become the reality of companies with global operations and partnerships. They are also considered a necessary evil to cut down on organization expenses such as travel, local or global. The author spent many years helping launch such projects and came to the realization that despite inherent complexity, strategic benefits that associate with a global virtual team are available to any organization. Key findings that you see on this slide were shown and identified as practices by the author to help organizations and their employees develop and possibly sustain healthy relationships in the work. Building and sustaining trust. Building trust is a significant factor that is faced by many organizations today with their GVT, mainly because of the absence of trust within a team. When put together in a team can be completely dysfunctional if that level of trust is not there. Establishing role-based relationships. Establishing clear roles and set responsibilities is also important as it clearly helps teams understand the performance level experience in each of together in a team can be completely dysfunctional if that level of trust is not there. Establishing role-based relationships. Establishing clear roles and set responsibilities is also important as it clearly helps teams understand the performance in each of their functions. The author argues that doing this helps the team find the balance between the role-based relationships and personal ones. Embracing and navigating through conflict. Conflicts are inevitable in the working environment, and the most effective teams learn to embrace the conflict and stay active in tackle them. How do they stay positive, you may wonder? Practicing the ability to frame these conflicts within their set goals and not making it personal is a very good practice that could be followed. The important takeaway from this article is that while evaluating these GVTs, we notice that they can be strategic. And organizations, while evaluating performance, can also consider revisiting what structure, practices, and tools will help teams establish a psychologically safe environment for them to work globally and virtually.
To summarize, I'll be talking about cross-culture training, which is an essential part of any professional person's development. Cross-culture training can improve cultural intelligence in an organization, which leads to improve on-task performance. The benefits of cross-cultural training are people learn about themselves, encourage confidence, break down barriers. It can motivate people, build trust, and develop interpersonal skills, which are important for an individual's growth. Leaders should develop and implement strategies to navigate conflicts to achieve the best productivity globally. This can be done through a lot of methods. Two methods are better communication skills and teaching conflict resolution skills.